Well, a very good morning, Dartfish Rally friends. Day 2 of the Acropolis Rally. We've headed up into the Parnassos Mountains, a little bit closer to Rally Central in Lamia. We're in the Parnassos Mountains. And you know, yesterday, now I know you didn't make the road section back yesterday, we were only about 16 k's from a ski resort. How hard to believe is that?
Yeah, actually, during recce, I saw that there is some signs of ski resort and ski rental.
As we came past the sign to the ski resort, it was 42 degrees.
Yeah, but I've seen the pictures that there is some like snow on the mountains. Yeah.
Listen, Martin, it's lovely to see you back out again today. It was a strange one yesterday, wasn't it? It wasn't anything to do with yourself, wasn't anything to do with potentially the car, but there was an issue yesterday. What more can you tell us about the issue, if anything?
Well, yeah, the thing is, it was fuel related, and yeah, due to all the heat and safety concerns, we had to retire the car, and yeah, and to do all precautionary things.
And you had a wee struggle in the car because the fumes were making things a little bit difficult for you yesterday.
Well, there was some fumes in the car, and yeah, that's why to have the safety, then yeah, to check everything is right, because you know the heat and everything. It's just we don't need necessary risks.
No, absolutely right. Listen, it's going to be a bit cooler today. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. It was a really tough day. Never mind the fumes.
It will be cooler?
I think so. A little bit cooler, they're saying. Maybe 32, 33 degrees today.
All right, I'll check because I haven't checked the weather.
Don't believe me, does he? He doesn't believe me. Yeah, check the weather forecast. Let's see what it says.
So
Oh, you've got privacy glass on yours. That drove me potty. I had to remove my privacy glass.
It's yeah, 29. No, 39. Stage 9 is 39 degrees.
That's a bit too hot for me. That's a bit too hot. Martins,
At afternoon loop, it can be it's ground temperature.
don't ruin my day before it's even started.
Oh yeah, it will be cooler in the air temperature a little bit, like 32.
Are we giving him a job as a weatherman? Not sure. I'm not sure.
I can't read documents.
At least you can drive the car. Better luck today. Better luck today. There we go, Martins. Sesk's doing a lovely job just checking rains. How are you this morning, my friend? Everything good this morning?
Really good, really good.
Bit easier for you boys today, maybe, because it might be a bit cooler. We're obviously debating that. It's tough for the co-drivers with the heat in the car.
I don't like when we are first car, but okay, That's for me really good.
Good training.
Yeah, good.
Good challenge.
Yeah.
Enjoy out there today. Let's go back and speak to our favourite Greek person, our favourite Greek driver. Here he is. Look, here he is. It's a bit warm, but it's cooler today. Listen, Jordan, you're almost local. You're not local to this area. What is the weather doing today? Is it going to be as hot today or not? We're debating it with Martins.
I cannot be hotter than yesterday. Eh?
We had a couple of messages from local Greek people saying that yesterday and the last few days have been a bit unusual, even for Greeks. Those temperatures were high, even for locals.
In June, yes. Normally you get those temperature in August. But in June it's already very, very hot. 42, 44 degrees in the car. You cannot imagine.
How did you feel last night when you got back? I mean, a lot of the, and don't take this the wrong way, a lot of the younger drivers were struggling yesterday. How did you feel?
Very bad. I threw away 2 times after the stages.
Ooh,
also after the last one. Yeah. I'm not sure I can do today the full day.
You're still not feeling well?
No.
You poor thing.
So I will try the first, and then we see if I can continue.
Okay, well, listen, best of luck. Best of luck, Jordan. We'd love to see that. There you go. It just goes to show, doesn't it? Freddie, best of luck out there today. Poor Jordan. Heat stroke. Your fatigue in the cars with the temperatures that we saw yesterday. The drivers now are the fittest they have ever been, but it was a struggle. Now, interestingly, we love your tops, boys. Love your tops. We're not going to miss you guys, are we? Fabulous. Yeah, that's slightly more luminous than our oranges, but we do like it. Yeah, Jordan, you know, they're tough. These guys are made tough. They really are made tough. But you know, there's a physical limit to what you can do, and well, let's keep our fingers crossed for Jordan and Freddie. Should we head back up the road, see who else we can find? Best of luck, Jordan Serdaridis. It's a trio of pumas just sitting in the shade. It's a bit like in Africa, isn't it, where the lions sit under the trees waiting ahead of a really big hunt the day ahead. I'm talking absolute nonsense. It's too early for me. How you feeling this morning, Josh?
Yeah, okay. Up the road order a bit today, so let's see what that does, and hopefully find some more rhythm than yesterday. We didn't really get into it after this in the morning, and some issues in the afternoon. So
Yeah, that's the difficult part, isn't it? You know, we looked at the times yesterday and we thought, you know, Josh never really got going, but so difficult after an issue so early on to find that motivation, to find that drive to keep pushing.
yeah, exactly, and it's wonderful what a night's sleep does. So hopefully it changes things. But we're on full softs this morning, which I think is a preferred choice for me in the car at the moment. So let's see. And it's a big stage to start. Honestly, it's a big wake-up call. I think 45 pages of notes for 24k. So
45 pages of notes.
is it 45 one?
About 45, that is a proper toasty. They're very different, these stages, aren't they? We're up in the mountains, the alpine stages. They're quite different in terms of the surface and the characteristics from yesterday.
Yeah, I would say so. And especially the second half of this is very technical. A lot of slow speed corners, so a lot can still happen. It's 2 days left, and we keep in the race.
Absolutely. And listen, how did you feel last night when you got back? I mean, okay, I'm maybe a little bit older than you, so you know it does take it out of me a bit more. I was completely exhausted. It was a big old day yesterday, wasn't it? I mean, as a young athlete, how were you feeling when you got back last night?
Yeah, it's definitely a long day, but I think you surprise yourself how much you can pick yourself up between stages. It's good to do that. Stage ends are probably the worst, waiting on the heat. Obviously, the temperatures are rising and the exhaust temperatures up, so it's another long day. It's going to be much the same. Maybe the temperatures a bit lower, so some rain in the afternoon might.
What was that? Rain in the afternoon?
I'm not sure. I think it's very localized,
Okay.
but it'll be nothing special, I don't think.
Elvin talked about that, you know, yesterday, about the fact that in the stages, the temperatures in the car aren't too bad. It is once, particularly yesterday at the end of those early stages where you were heading straight into town, the amount of heat soak, heat coming from the engine, from the components into the cockpit was enormous.
Yeah, during the stage, I think, especially with the adrenaline, you're focused obviously on driving. You don't take much heed to the heat, but as you say, you're waiting on traffic on the road sections, so when the heat soaks probably at the optimum. So it's just trying to stay cool and find best ways to do that. But yeah, I think the long road sections help it as well because you have the time to cool down as such. So
Listen to a little bit of music on the road section.
yeah, Owen's the playlist master.
What are you listening to? Are you listening to kind of 80s cheese? Are you listening to kind of a little bit of rap, a little bit of pop? What is it?
A bit,
Kylie Minogue. I like a bit of Kylie on the road section.
bit of Taylor Swift or something, though.
Taylor Swift. Yeah, I like a bit of shaking it out.
Yeah. Love Story or something, no?
Yeah, why not? Now, you think the lovely Craig Breen, he was the king of 80s cheese. He absolutely would have been at the top of his head, you know, singing Taylor Swift on road sections.
Yeah. He did many things, but no, it's good to listen to the music.
It's always good. I love a bit of Taylor in the morning. Right, let's see who else we can find. Good luck today out there, boys. As you say, that rhythm, so important. Difficult day for Josh and Owen yesterday. You know, what was it, 3Ks into the opening stage, they picked up that puncture. How would you pick yourself back up and push? Well, you wait for today, and I'm absolutely certain we'll see a better day from them today. Now, we're on the hunt for more rally cars. Let's see who else we can find. You've got to take every chance to get a coffee, haven't you? You know. Oh, look, it's a rally car. It's a Thierry Neuville. Should we go and get a Thierry Neuville? I think we will. He's doing a bit of the Elvin Evans cleaning. There's Martin. Let's have a little chat with Martin while Thierry's busy. Good morning, Martin Vidaga. How are you this morning?
Very good, and you?
Yeah, not bad. How did you feel yesterday evening when you got in? Because it was a long old day yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still quite okay. For sure, it's exhausting, but was not too bad.
Do you have, a personal question, do you have a shaving routine on rallies? Because what I noticed yesterday morning, the first morning, the likes of Thierry and Seb, nicely clean shaven. Seb says he then maybe has a shave on a Sunday to prepare for a podium. You've not had a shave this morning. I noticed that. Is it? Is there a routine there?
If it is necessary, I do it, and if not, no.
Here's a serious question. If you don't shave, does it get a little bit itchy underneath the balaclava?
Not too much.
Not too much.
What a question.
No, but it's but this is what people want to know about. This is genuinely what rally fans want to know about.
Really?
So they say. So they say. It's the sort of stuff they will never get on All Live, but they'll get all the time on Dirtfish.
Okay, I shave my legs because then it starts to be an edge.
Yeah, and we know why you shave. No, you shave your legs as well because you are almost a world-class cyclist, and that's what cyclists do, don't they?
Almost, yeah, almost. Yeah.
Well, tell us, how good a cyclist? Now, you can blow your own trumpet here. If you had to go into competition in cycling, could you be a competitive cyclist?
Not at all.
Really? So you're that, I know you're great, but are you a long way away from that level?
Yeah, the level is very high. So I'm a good amateur, but that's it.
Okay. Listen, yesterday we heard Thierry saying he wasn't feeling so well, didn't eat too much yesterday. What can you do today about that?
Today is another day. We are going back to service at midday, so should not be a problem today.
Good. We're looking forward to it. Best of luck. How did the helmet work yesterday? The air blowing helmet.
Yeah, it's quite enjoyable. Yeah.
Do you think it worked?
Yeah, of course.
That's good.
The coffee is nice, no?
It drives me mad. I am an absolute coffee addict, and it drives me mad. I love talking to you, I really do, but I'd love to be in there having a coffee. What would be perfect would be me and you sitting there having a little coffee and just chatting without the pressures and stresses. Without the pressures and stresses of having to go and do a rally.
In my opinion, for me it would be perfect with somebody beautiful in front of me. But, yeah, exactly.
That's me! Good luck today. I love Martin Wiedeker. I really do. Thoughts on the hat? Yeah, listen, we saw this yesterday and we talked about it yesterday. It's come from other racing series, NASCAR in the States. The monster trucks. Have you seen this incredible Toby Price in the monster trucks? They don't call them monster trucks, trophy trucks they call them. Those guys have had these systems for a while. In circuit racing, it's easier. And what they'll do is they use dry ice and they'll pump dry ice through a backpack and into the helmet to keep it cool. What you don't want with these sorts of things is clearly just air pumping in over the eyes, because that would distract you. But it goes into a kind of almost like a cavity, where the foam, where the padding is in the top of the helmet. It goes in there so it keeps that cool. So it's like having a cool pack. It's not blowing air as such onto your face and across your eyes, but it's like having a cool pack on your head. It's like an air-cooled. So this padding here, the inside of the helmet, I'm not touching anything, I'm not allowed to. That's almost as if it's come out the fridge and it's gone on your head, and you can imagine just the relief you would get from that. That lovely feeling of just, a little more clarity from having a nice cool head. Because
Present for you.
what do you? What? Oh no, you got no. Oh yes, these are beautiful, aren't they? A lot of people don't like them, but look at these beautiful grasshoppers. Are they grasshoppers or are they crickets? Or are grasshoppers and crickets the same thing? I don't know how he's got
They
in.
survive, no?
I don't think he will, unfortunately, unless you can take that off and get him out.
I will try. Oh,
No. It's all right. They're not scary. They don't bite. They're beautiful things. They're absolutely beautiful things. Well done, you. How did they get in? There's quite a lot of them in the service pack. I hope you can put that back on again as well. Ali. I'm not touching anything. I'm not allowed to touch it. Here we go. Here we go. Hey! You're getting a humanitarian award for this. Here we go. Oh, come on. Oh, he's getting a little bit. Come on. Oh! Yay! Well done, Martin Wiedeker. Listen, we've seen all sorts. We've seen drivers stopping on recce to save tortoises in the roads. Martin just saving those two. What are they? Are they grasshoppers or are they crickets or are they locusts? Grasshoppers. Isn't there a famous grasshopper? What's that from? What film? There's Grasshopper. There's a famous quote about grasshoppers in a famous movie, a martial arts movie. Come on, Elliot, you're the...
What if they wanted to be in there? To have
Maybe they did. Maybe they did.
Mate, I would have done that.
Just that off the line, that experience.
30 seconds of their lives.
It would be the best in the last 30 seconds of their life. Takasada, very, very good. Oh, look, you're getting prepared already. Prepared for a hot day. Yeah, no, we'll take them. Alistair, can you pick those up? Just pick them up. So that's a preemptive soak, just so, you know. And that's something that you think might be a little bit uncomfortable, but not for Taka-san. Keeps it all nice and cool. I don't think
comfortable afterwards. So.
you guys haven't got the air-cooled helmets yet.
No.
Have you tried them before?
Yes.
Air-cooled.
It's working well, but it wasn't ready here. So unfortunately,
Yeah, it wasn't ready. That's right. I think you told us that yesterday.
a bit sad for that, but yeah, hopefully in some point.
Listen, just very quickly, because I know you've got your work to do here. What's the plan for today?
Yeah, try to drive good pace, avoiding the mistakes and puncture. That's the main thing, I think.
Podium still possible?
I try.
I think it is. I really think it is. Anything is possible. Oh. Monster Man! Best of luck, Taka-san. Best of luck out there. Aaron Johnston's gone for a little bit of shade, a little bit of peace and quiet, just to compose himself. Look at him. Sometimes he looks like the coolest Irishman on the planet. Look at that walk. That's the kind of the hero walk, isn't it? The hero walk with the Prada shades on. That is the hero walk. He looks a little bit. He's not enjoying my nonsense, and I don't blame him this morning. He's just checking with his driver, everything's all right. Checking now the tyre pressures. A little bit of work to do. We've got to go. Best of luck, Aaron Johnston out there. Best of luck, Taka-san. Let's see what those boys can do today. As I say, I reckon still very possible. Long way to go here. Podium will be the target. Let's see who else we can find. Kalle Rovanperä, Joni Holtonen, and not the best of days yesterday. Compounded by a puncture, but they struggled in the morning just to find that sweet spot with the tyres. But as we saw in Sardinia, capable of utter brilliance. So let's see what they can do this morning. Different conditions, different stages. Stages a little different today, Joni, from yesterday. We're up in the trees. Maybe suiting Kalle a little better today.
Yeah, I don't know. The starting position is not so great now because Sami had to also retire in the morning. So let's see. Today is a bit slower than yesterday.
Well,
rough.
Rough indeed. We'll let you get in. Sorry to stop you there. Yeah, that's news, by the way, if we haven't already told you. Sami Päiri was on the start list, but he hasn't started. We did see him yesterday with that, whatever that fluid was, if it was engine oil that was absolutely pouring out the car. Clearly, whatever the issue was, it was terminal for poor old Sami Päiri. Scotty just making a few little notes about this stage. It's a tricky one. I hear from a co-driver's point of view, there are lots of pace notes in this one.
Yeah, no, it's particularly the last half. I don't know if it's exactly half, but anyway, the last part of the stage is really twisty. When we were doing the recce, I was actually, I forgot how twisty it was. So yeah, no, it's a tough one.
One of the other boys was saying 48 pages of notes for this. Do you know how many you've got?
Yeah, I think I'm a bit less than that. Yeah, 32. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Smaller.
Certainly not that Elvin needs less notes, because we know how detailed Elvin's notes are. He likes a lot of information. It's just, I did watch some of the onboards yesterday. I still find it astonishing, Elvin, when I watch the onboards and I listen to Scotty. I still find it astonishing how you compute and drive to what's being said. It is obviously second nature now, but do you kind of mind map, if you don't mind me asking at this time of the morning, how does it work? Do you kind of draw a picture in your brain of what's coming up?
No time for that. Just just listen and try to.
Just corner to corner.
Yeah.
It's astonishing. It's quite astonishing. It really is. What a day yesterday. A really strong day. And I know you said at the end of the day, well, others had problems. I thought you had a super day out there yesterday. Can you build on that today, or is it more of the same?
Let's see what's possible. I'm not sure we have the right tyres on the car first thing this morning, but yeah, let's see.
What have you gone with?
Hard.
Hard. You went with soft yesterday, but that's because you were right at the head of the field.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's wait and see. I don't think there was much of a difference yesterday. Best of luck, Elvin. It was such a great day yesterday for Elvin. Listen, these three were the difficult three. Portugal, Sardinia, here. Elvin's done a great job so far. He just needs to keep going in these next two events. This one, these next 2 days. And he will put himself in a very, very strong position. Hard compound tyres, a little bit wide. They'll need to be a bit careful through the first part of this stage, just getting some heat, some performance into those tyres. They may drop a bit of time to those who are on soft compounds. I suppose the idea is that as the loop of stages progresses, those hard compound tyres and the extra grip that they will maintain will give you a bit of an advantage, maybe towards the third stage in the loop. Let's keep an eye on that this morning. On the hunt for more victims, drivers. We're on the hunt for more drivers. Adrian Formeau. Don't touch the car yet. Now, you might wonder why Adrian's car's got the bonnet up there. Just look at that. The bonnet's up, the tailgate's up, the doors are open, just to get a little bit of air through the car to keep it as cool as possible. Good morning, mon ami. Bonjour, mon ami. Ça va?
Ça va bien, merci.
C'était une bonne journée, une bonne nuit?
Ouais, une très bonne nuit.
Dormir? Combien des heures?
Là, ça allait, c'était 7 heures.
7 heures? Ouais. 7 heures dormir?
Ouais.
C'est très bon. C'est très bon. 7 hours sleep, that's more than I had. I thought yesterday was a super day. A super day. I think there were a lot of questions being asked before yesterday. I think there was a lot of pressure on you yesterday from Mr. Abitable and others, and you performed. How would you assess yesterday?
Well, I just do my job.
How well did you do your job yesterday?
Well, I think it was quite well.
I think it was really well. Come on, it was a great day, wasn't it?
It was a great day.
The pace was great, and more than that, the discipline was great yesterday.
Yeah, I'm really pleased how we managed the roughy places and be able to push in the clean places, and so then it was paying off at the end. So that's a good day, yeah, for sure.
I'm just looking at the car. We were talking about the cooling. That looks like tin foil on the rear wheel arch. Was that there yesterday?
No, they added because they needed to get some more protection on the wheel arch because the stones are eating the wheel arch and it's making some holes.
Okay, so it's not to do with heat?
For the heat, no.
Okay.
I was surprised that it was this material this morning, but...
It's a little bit different, isn't it? How did you find the heat yesterday? You had 7 hours sleep last night, but how did you feel when you got back to the hotel last night? Was it one of those days where you thought, wow, that was a proper day's work, exhausted?
I was struggling to cool down my body, so I went to swim in the sea.
Nice. So you're in Carmina Vurla, aren't you? Not to tell everyone. Listen, I don't want all of the Adrian Formeau fans flocking to Carmina Vurla tonight, hoping to get a view of him in his swimming trunks. He might not be there. He might not be there tonight. That's a great. I had a cold shower, but a swim in the sea must have been lovely.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. And then I stay until I get freeze, and then I go back to my room. Then have a nice sleep.
Did you You're not as old as me. There's a band called REM. So REM, Losing My Religion, they did a great song about night swimming. Night swimming deserves a quiet night. Does anyone know that song?
No.
It's a great song.
I know another song.
Do you? Go on.
It's from Phil Collins.
Yeah, go on.
It's another day for you and me in paradise.
Is this paradise?
Yes, for sure.
Is it? I love it. I do love Greece. I'm not entirely sure. Yesterday wasn't paradise. Yesterday was paradise with a little touch of naughtiness to it, really.
Yeah, for sure. But at the end, I'm driving a Rally 1 car in the World Rally Championship, so it's kind of paradise. There was some more comfy paradise than here, but still, I'm happy.
I'm going with that. Listen, I'm going to leave you to it. You wanted a quiet moment. I have disturbed your quiet moment. One more. Oh yes, did you get any time back yesterday? You were after a few seconds for that incident in stage 1. Did they give you anything back?
Actually, nothing. Which I'm a bit surprised because in Sardinia, when I had a puncture and then I was 50 seconds ahead of Seb, they asked me to stop, which I did, and he gets some time back. And here I was 1 minute behind Taka, and nothing.
How many Ks were you behind him for?
20.
I guess as a driver, all you're asking...
He changed the tire at 4.3K.
That's right. You just want consistency with these things, don't you? You want consistency in terms of the decision making.
Yeah, for sure. And also, for me it should be quick, but anyway.
You're still right in the fight, 3 seconds behind. I mean, it's such an enormous day today, such an enormous day. What is the mindset this morning going into these 3 different sorts of stages?
The first one is really twisty, bumpy, quite technical. And then the second one is tire killer. Yeah. And then the last one is, it's okay, but still really quite fast flowing. We feel that it's really hard base at the beginning, then we go to a forest and then it's really twisty, narrow and quite soft. So tire choice is quite interesting also. The Toyota went with minimum 4 hours. We are 3 and 3.
Right. Right, so softs for this one, but then hards for the tire killing stage.
Yeah, for sure. And for the last one, we'll pick up the best.
Whatever you've got. Listen, I've taken too much of your time on me. Best of luck out there today.
Thank you.
There we go. We'll leave him to a quiet moment or two. We'll see you in the sea later. Yeah, Carmina Vurla, Adrian Famo in his budgie smugglers. 11 o'clock tonight. Go and have a swim with him. Tomorrow night there could be a huge party in the sea, but we won't go there yet. We won't go there yet. There we are. Yeah, obviously, just a little bit of cooling going on there with the Hyundai. Adrian very often does that. Gets the bonnet up, gets the tailgate up, gets the doors open, and gets a little bit of breeze through. They've got reflective. Some of them are gold, some of them are silver. They've got reflective blankets almost that they put across the windscreen when they're stopped for any period of time. Again, to keep the cockpit temperatures to a minimum. Yeah, this is what we were talking about. So it's this gravel rash that you see on rallies like this. Look at these little chucky stones here. Okay, that's not what we're going to see in the stage. But you can imagine someone taking a whole load of those stones, putting it into, say, a little air gun and firing it at this bodywork. And this is what happens. You get this pitted effect where the stones just tear away and eat away at the bodywork. So that'll be heavy duty. It's not tin foil. It's not the tin foil you put across your chicken on a Sunday for your Sunday roast. That's heavy duty foil tape. That won't be coming off there, that's for sure. Alex just doing a little bit of work. So there we are. Who are we going to find next, cameraman?
Tanak, rally leader.
Oh, Tanak, rally leader. Let's go find him. Now we've come a little bit further up the road. Sebastian Ogier, Oit Tanak. There's a reason these two have parked together. They are genuinely best of mates. That nonsense yesterday afternoon, a complete misunderstanding. It was a hot day. It was a fractious day. Oit just misunderstood the message he was getting at the stop line. And that is why we had those very strange comments. But no, the respect between these two. And we saw it just a few weeks ago in Sardinia where they were battling on the final day. They were talking, they were watching the videos together. There is enormous respect there between between the two champs. Sebastian Ogier, 16 seconds or so off the lead. Little bit of a job to do today to catch these boys. Tanak is in the finest of form, he really is. I think it's going to be tough for Seb to catch Tanak today, but it might come down to tyre choice, as Formo's told us. You know, it's interesting. What was that? Was that a fan? What was that?
Yeah, it was making that noise as he was driving into the village in the first place as well. I think it hopefully it's just cooling fan, I think.
I've never heard it before.
Yeah, it comes up on the TV quite a bit, I find. A lot of the time, for example, Taka comes to a stage end and you hear that same whirring.
That high-pitched whir. So, Al, you know, it could come down to tyre choice. So, obviously, Seb's got a big job to do to catch Oit. Talk us through the tyre choices this morning.
So Seb has gone slightly more conservative than Oit in terms of tyre choice for this loop. 4 hards for Seb and 2 softs, whereas Tanak's gone for a perfect split of 3 and 3, 3 apiece. Looking throughout the leaderboard, we're mostly leaning towards hards amongst the M Sports. The Hyundais have gone slightly aggressive. We've got 2 hards, 4 softs for Neuville. We have for Mo. Where is Mo on my list? There he is. He's done the same as Tanak. 3 and 3.
3 and 3 sounds to be the one. So what's the concern this morning? The concern is the middle stage in the loop. That is the one where the abrasiveness is at its highest. Soft's probably the right choice for this stage this morning. And then the final stage, it'll be pick your 4 best tyres, I suspect. I think it may come down to tyre choice. Tanak is in the ascendancy. He's the man with the speed. Ogier is the man chasing. Good morning, Oit. Big day ahead today, obviously, for our Estonian crew. Just having a little watch there. How are you feeling?
Yeah, all okay.
Good. Car's all set up. Tyre choice is interesting. A split tyre strategy between you and the Toyotas. Obviously, you're happy with your tyre choice so far.
So far, so good.
I like this. This is a new overall as well. Straight out the laundrette. This overall's brand. Look at those. They look brand new to me. Are they brand new? Brand new overalls? I think they are. Look. And yeah, look, Martins aren't brand new. watching very, very closely. Something just caught Oig's attention there. Not sure what it was, and he called Martin over to have a look at it. Someone got a problem in there? Big Al, anyone got? No?
Not that I'm aware of. No messages coming through for me at the minute, but signal is a bit patchy up here, admittedly.
It was pointing to a red light.
Pointing to a red light?
Or something flashing.
Who's on board are we on?
Thierry.
For Neuville, we have a tyre pressure sensor warning for Thierry Neuville.
Oh, so that shows you again, Neuville will be absolutely livid. He talked about it yesterday. He's had more punctures at this point in the season than he's had in any complete season. Now, do you know what? I'm not putting this all down to tyres. I'm really not. You know, Oik managed yesterday, Seb managed yesterday, Elvin managed yesterday, and as did, who else managed yesterday? What's his name? Adrian managed. There's so much plays into it in terms of tyres. The way you set the car up, you know, the way you approach corners, your turning, your exit speed. But, you know, sometimes if your suspension's a bit hard and the tyres are taking the big hits and the suspension isn't absorbing it all, it can be down to that. It can be a difference in suspension setup that makes your tyres maybe a little more vulnerable.
That's very analytical of you, Colin. I kind of understand where the drivers who say it's a lottery.
It's not a lottery, though. This is the thing. You look at Thierry, he's picking up enormous numbers of punctures. There must be a reason for that.
But it varies so much from case to case. Sometimes it's because there's a bit of bedrock sticking out and you hit it too hard and the compression can't handle it. Sometimes there's just a loose rock in the middle of the road.
Come this way. Good luck, Oit. Good luck, Oit, Tanak. What will the wind do? Yeah, no, I agree with you. It does vary from case to case, but I think we've got to factor in not just the tyres. We have to factor in driving styles. We have to factor in approach speeds. We have to factor in suspension settings. We have to factor in, you know, are they turning into these rough corners and opening the tyres up a little bit too much? For me, it is not luck or bad luck. It's not random. There's a reason one driver picks up 8 or 9 punctures and another driver doesn't pick up any.
Yeah, and you know, in this case here, Thierry was likely to have to go on a push. You know, he was already coming into this event with the knowledge that he had to put in big numbers, and, you know, he's already lost the time. You've just got to go and try and make something happen, and potentially that's already had consequences.
That looks that way. So Oit Tanak very focused this morning. A brand new set of overalls there. A brand new day for Tanak. For me, he is the man who is just showing real form just now. I think it's a massive task for Ogier to catch them. I like the look of Formeau. How relaxed was he when we spoke to him? What a fight we've got in front. 3 seconds between that man, Tanak, and Formeau. It's another 14 or so seconds back to the 8 times world champion Sébastien Ogier. Do Saturdays get much better? I'm really not sure that they do. We're set for an epic. It's already kicking off in the stage in front of us. Let's see what drama today brings to the Acropolis Rally of Greece.